Hey, how you doing? It's Dan Holloway here, and shooting you a quick video because this morning I woke up in a hotel in Hong Kong, which is the city that you see here, and I had a couple of comments on one of my YouTube videos about a digital marketing education company that kind of taught me the foundations of everything I know. If you've been following me for a while, you probably know that they're called SFM, run by Stuart Ross and Jay Kubasek, who are the co-founders. And one of the comments on one of my videos was about how SFM is a rip-off and a scam. And I was reading through the guy that was basically posting these comments, and I realised that from his perception, he was absolutely spot on. SFM is a rip-off and a scam. And what he was saying was that 80% of people who join SFM will eventually quit and give up. It's actually 90%, by the way. Just want to say it's higher. So 90% of people that start this education and this journey will give up. And he was also saying as well that because they do a $20,000 high-level business mastery mentoring program, which includes around the world trip, well, not around the world trip, sorry, but trips to locations around the world, like retreats with some 8-figure entrepreneurs to really mastermind at a high level. And he was saying, look, the fact that 80% of people fail, it's actually 90%, but the fact that these people fail and some people invest at this maximum level and don't get the result means that it's a total rip-off. And his intention was good. He was trying to warn people away from investing in something like this because they're going to get ripped off as well, and so on and so forth. And the points that I wanted to share off the back of this are, one, an analogy, and two, a mindset. So the analogy is, imagine somebody decided that they want to become a professional golfer, right? They're an amateur golfer, they're not very good at the moment. They want to become a pro. And they're like, right, that's it. I'm going to become a pro. I'm going to buy myself a $20,000 set of golf clubs, and as soon as I get those clubs, that's going to solve all of my problems, and I know that then I'm going to get the result I'm looking for, which is to become a professional golfer. Right? So they invest the money, they buy the clubs, the tool, they then get out on the golf course, they smack a few balls, and their game's just as bad. Right? Now, there's two things that could happen. Number one, the person decides, you know what, these $20,000 golf clubs are crap, they're a rip-off. I've bought them, I've gone out on the golf course, I've hit the balls, my game is no better. Absolute waste of money. I wouldn't recommend anyone else buys these golf clubs, they're a rip-off. And version two of this story is that, let's say somebody buys the $20,000 golf clubs, they go out on the golf course, they hit a few balls, their game doesn't improve at all, right? They're still crap. But instead of saying, it's the club's fault, it's the clubs that are a rip-off, they go and decide, well, if other people have used these golf clubs and got the result that I'm after, what is it that I'm missing? What do I need to do to improve my game? Perhaps I need to get out on the golf course and practice every single day. Perhaps I need to go and seek lessons from some of the best people who are getting the result that I want. Perhaps I need to look at myself and change the way that I'm seeing the world around me, and then perhaps my results are going to change. And that person might then decide to invest the time, do what it takes to ultimately get the result that they're looking for, which is to become a professional golfer. And this is then when we transition into the mindset. Because if we're talking about this in terms of, let's say, a business mastery, $20,000 investment to really learn at the highest level what it takes to become, an entrepreneur in e-commerce or affiliate marketing or whatever path it is someone decides to master, if they go into making a $20,000 investment with the assumption that they're just going to sit back and someone's going to do all the work for them and their result is guaranteed, that person is absolutely destined to fail, 100%. That is like going into a university degree and thinking, just because I show up to the lectures and do nothing else, I'm therefore guaranteed to qualify with a first and to get a 6-figure career at the end of it, guaranteed. Like, if you're going with that assumption, you're not going to make it happen. You need to put in the work. You need to do what it takes to ultimately get the result. So back to this whole scam or rip-off analogy. When I started with SFM myself and I went through this and I invested in the $20,000 education, like the highest level possible, I decided I was all in. I wanted to do whatever it took to get the result. And when I made that investment, it was from a place of thinking, you know what, I'm still going to have to put in an insane amount of work. This is a tool. This is a high-level tool that's going to help me on my journey, but ultimately I am responsible. And if I fail and don't get value out of this, it's not the program, it's not the investment, it's not the mentors, it's me. I'm the one that made the investment. I'm the one that needs to walk the path. I'm the one that needs to put in the work. And if I don't get the result, it's because I'm not doing those things. I'm not putting in the work. And it's a case of, instead of having a victim mentality and a blame mentality and saying, that thing didn't do something for me, therefore it's that thing's fault, instead of saying, well, hold on, if other people use that to get the result I want and I'm not getting the result, the only variable is me, right? So the point to summarize here that I want to make is, if you're investing in anything, whether it's SFM, whether it's any other business venture, whether it's anything to do with, I don't know, relationships, health, fitness, whatever it is, if you're expecting that just because you've spent some money on something, therefore you're guaranteed the result, and if you don't get the result and it hasn't done this thing for you, then it's a rip-off. If that's your mentality, don't make the investment, because the reality that you will manifest with that mindset is that yes, it is a rip-off, because you're not ready. You haven't grown to the point where you're ready to take responsibility instead of placing blame. It's about taking responsibility. So that's the point I want to make here. You know, for anyone considering making any improvement in their life to try and change their reality in some way, you've got to accept responsibility for the result yourself. You've got to take that on and recognize that if you start placing blame and you start coming at things from a victim mindset, you're not going to get the result, right? Be responsible for the outcome. If other people have done it, so can you. But if other people have done it and you don't do it, you're the variable. That's it. So is it a rip-off? You decide, right? So hope that helps. And as I say, not just for SFM, but for any decision you make in life. It's something that I had to go through when I made this first step back in September 2016. But I'm glad I did, you know. It was hard work, don't get me wrong. It took a serious amount of dedication. But to be able now to travel the world, to live the life that I want to live, to generate an income while doing it, to be building multiple businesses, like that did not come easy, but I was prepared to keep going until I succeeded. And if I was failing, it was me, it was my responsibility. And I took that responsibility, made changes, grew, adapted, and ultimately moved forward until I got the result. All right, so thanks very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. I am baking in this sun, so I'm going to get some shade now, and I shall catch you later. Bye for now.